Hello everyone, we're Team Trio and we did our case study on Cal Poly Pomona athletics. I'm Jacob and you'll hear from Kyle and John shortly. Some background on Cal Poly Pomona athletics. They compete in the NCAA, which stands for the National Collegiate Athletic Association. Their first game was played in 1960 at the D1 level, but soon transferred to the D2 level in 1986. They compete currently in the CCAA, which stands for the California Collegiate Athletic Association, where they've won 65 conference championships. They've also won 14 national championships since 1960, which is the most national championships of any California D2 university that's in California, obviously. They have 10 sports teams currently that compete at the NCAA D2 level. The first being baseball, which has won 3 national championships since 1960, and has also won many regional championships and conference championships. The men and women basketball team have combined won 6 national championships, 5 of those coming from the women's team. The men and women track and field have also been very successful, where they've won 25 combined individual national championships. The men and women cross country, going along with that, have 14 combined individual national championships. And the men and women soccer, where the men just last year finished second place nationally, and we're 1 goal away from winning another national championship for Cal Poly. The women's volleyball also have been very successful and have had 9 NCAA appearances. We interviewed Gregory Salvage for our interview, and he's the sports information coordinator for the last 5 years. His main objective was promote events. He coordinated the events, and he also wrote recaps for each of the games on the Bronco Athletics website, saying how the game went and how each individual player did. He was a huge part of the sports program here, but he left for Pepperdine earlier this quarter, unfortunately, where he's now the manager of athletics facilities. The Cal Poly Pomona Athletic Department consists of 4 main departments. The administration, which is the athletic director, Brian Swanson, who's been here for 9 years, and last year won the Under Armour National Director of the Year. They have the development side, which is developing the sports facilities, which is run by Paul Bubb, who is the main promotional, and he contacts the donors and the alumni, trying to get them to donate money and such. The sports performance, which is the athletic trainers, which is run by Rum, and also the strength and conditioning coach, who is Chase Saunders, who is new this year to the Cal Poly Pomona team. They also have the main athletic communication and marketing team, which is one of their struggles right now. Their customer analysis. So the customers are mainly family, friends, students, faculty, and anyone who's really associated with Cal Poly athletics. The problem with this is they're not really getting out to the community as much. The community outreach is only usually for special events that each individual team holds, and we'll get into later in the presentation. Externally, it's located in Pomona, California, which is in the LA Valley, which is a big city in LA, 150,000 people, and obviously LA is one of the biggest cities in the country, so there is opportunity to get the community out here. But the problem is Pomona is a very poor city and doesn't have much money to spend. And Cal Poly Pomona University is part of the Cal State system, which is also, it's not a private school, it's a public school, so the funding is not usually where they want it to be. 12% of the students also live on campus, so that leaves another 88%, and so they don't get out to games because they usually go home around 5 and just trying to beat the traffic, and then they don't want to come back to the games. And their sporting events, usually they have jobs and such like that, so sporting events aren't a priority. If I was to talk to the business owner or the athletic director in this situation, I'll tell them that their main priority is to hire a new marketing director. Because currently, with Gregory leaving and also Ivan, another part of the program, left this year too, the marketing department is currently ran by 3 interns, which is obviously not enough. I think another thing they should do is add new teams. They only have currently have 10 teams, but they at one point had up to 16. So I think if we get back to that number, it would be ideal for the Cal Poly Pomona athletics.
Alright, so the next section is going to be the SWOT analysis. So the first part of SWOT analysis is going to be the strengths. Some of the strengths include some of the the facility upgrades that Cal Poly has gone through in the last few years. The baseball field has gotten new scoreboard and new lights, and the gym has gotten a nice video scoreboard. It's one of the only 2 schools on the West Coast that has one. It does replay and everything. It's like official NBA scoreboard. Another strength is the recent success of the sports teams. For example, as brought up before, Cal Poly Pomona's baseball team has done very well in the past few years. They've gone to back-to-back college baseball World Series, and the men's soccer team also finished second in the nation last year. Another strength is the players on the team. They're very prideful. They're proud of the teams that they're on, the successes that they've had, and they're leaders on campus. They go around, they hold themselves very well. They make us, they show that they're proud to be athletes of Cal Poly Pomona. Going into the next slide, some of the weaknesses is, as mentioned before, the lack of manpower that's in, the marketing department. That's something that definitely needs to be figured out. Another weakness is where Cal Poly is located. We don't have a whole lot around us. It's a lot of fast food restaurants. You have other junior colleges around, but for the most part, there's nothing that would draw any outsiders to Pomona other than the university. Another weakness is the fact that it's a community school. So few students live on campus, and because of that, they're not going to want to go home and then come back to a game later. That's really inconvenient. And a lot of the students are also, they're working too, so it's hard to be able to make going to an athletic event a priority. Some of the opportunities that this business has is they hold instructional youth camps. It's a great PR move. It makes these kids excited about Cal Poly. And in the future, if they're playing sports and Cal Poly is on their radar, they have more of a likelihood of coming to this school because of that. So for the youth groups, you get a lot of free and reduced tickets, trying to get the youth to come out to the games for the same reasons as the clinics. You really want these kids to have Cal Poly in their head, and they make this be one of their first choices. Another one of the opportunities is having the events at the games. Promotional giveaways, drawings, free anything, free food. That's really going to draw people out, especially college students who don't have any money. Free things are really what get them going. Some of the threats are the bigger universities, UCLA, USC being powerhouse Division I schools. Most people in Southern California are going to choose to support them over Cal Poly Pomona because we're a Division II school. Another thing is the professional sports. We have every single professional sports team. From the MLB all the way to the WNBA. You have so many other places to be able to spend your money. Why would you do it at a Division II school is kind of why that's a threat. And then also the students' lack of pride and school spirit. To them, this is a place where they go to class and then they go home. They don't really care about any of the other stuff usually. Going into the competitive advantage of Cal Poly Pomona's athletic department is the fact that they're a powerhouse Division II school. They do very well. In fact, I know for the baseball team, they last week they played Cal State Fullerton, which is a powerhouse Division I baseball school. They're able to compete on those levels of these Division I schools, so that's a huge advantage. They have incredible coaching staffs, people who have played professionally at those sports. They've been here for many years, and they have no intention of leaving because their passion's here at Cal Poly. And then the other huge advantages of how good the facilities are here. The brick just being put in somewhere for the athletes to work out, and then plus the the upgrades that continue to happen every year. That's what makes people want to come here. Now going into some more constellations of the business. I think it'd be very beneficial to make Cal Poly Pomona a Division I school. We have the numbers of students. We're in a good area in Southern California where there's a lot of talented athletes in the area that can come and contribute and make this school a powerhouse Division I school instead of a powerhouse Division II school. Another huge thing that I think would help the athletic department would be to add more housing. Currently there's only 4,000 beds on Cal Poly Pomona's campus, which only makes up about 15% of Cal Poly's population. Like I mentioned before, you're not going to want to go home or and then come back to Cal Poly to just go to a sporting event. All right.
What's up, everyone? My name is Kyle Wilkins. I'm the last part of Team Trio. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the marketing goals and objectives of the CPP Athletics Department. So the goal is to expand the fan base of all CPP athletic teams and encourage people to attend sporting events to support CPP athletics. As you heard from my other colleagues, a big lack of attendance has been in our athletics department. So the goal is to increase attendance, increase that pride of actually being a Bronco. And the CPP Athletics Department has three main objectives, and they are to compete at a competitive level in NCAA Division II sports, which they're doing. A lot of our teams have made a lot of postseason experiences, and also are also dominating the leagues that they're in. Another one is to bring maximum attendance to all sporting events in the department. And the last one is to gain exposure in the Pomona community and foster school spirit amongst CPP. So our primary target market, the primary target market of the athletics department consists of the following groups. You have your CPP students on and off campus. Only 12% of students live on campus, so it is very hard to get a lot of these people to come out who are off campus because they are working, whatever it may be. We have our CPP alumni and donors. So these are alumni of just the university and also people who used to play for the athletics department. And our donors don't necessarily have to be alumni. It just can be people who are affiliated with the university and bring a lot of money to our departments. Our faculty and staff, which is a big goal that they want to have come out so the administration can see how good our athletes are doing while actually maintaining their academics as well. And the last one is the Pomona community, having local youth groups come out who's doing the instructional clinics, or just someone who actually lives in Pomona to get some opportunity to come see us compete at a competitive level. So our product is CP Athletics is marketing NCAA Division II competitive sports events, our baseball, basketball teams, soccer teams, etc. And the price is free for students and faculty and staff, so that's a huge incentive that they want students to come out and play. Where I know where if you go to USC, if you want to go to a football game, not all students can go to the game. It's a huge raffle that you kind of just get lucky if you get tickets to the game. And for other people who are just coming out, it's $7 to attend. So our distribution and supply chain strategy. So our CP Athletics Department, they actually don't sell any of our gear at games. The only place where people can really get merchandise is at the Bronco bookstore, but unfortunately, sometimes when the games are playing, the bookstore is already closed, so that's a huge opportunity that they're losing out of. And I think definitely in the future, they should definitely start making sure they bring that gear out to games. So the promotion strategy. CPP Athletics use the following outlets to promote their events. They have their social media, such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, where they're promoting maybe an event they're having, or actually at the sporting events, just kind of what time the games are, just making sure the Cal Poly Pomona community is staying aware. And they have posters and signs on and off campus. I've seen a poster in my local barbershop where a local restaurant, Ginza, which is a huge partner with the athletics department. And they have email blasts to the whole CPP community, and they have snail mail that goes out to the alumni and donors as well. And they also have various promotional events going on during these sporting events, such as halftime shows. I know they'll have at basketball games people competing for a parking pass maybe, or a free burger to the Habit or something like that. They have the Herd, which is the student fan base club pretty much on campus. They pay for their membership and they get a shirt and they get a local discount at the restaurant Ginza. And they also have free merchandise, food to the first 50 fans or whatever it may be. And they also have breast cancer awareness night and good things for causes such as that. And their big thing is homecoming. That's when a lot of the people come back and show their school spirit. And they also have reached out to local youth groups to where they're giving them free tickets or at a very low cost as well. So the consultation, I think getting more sponsorships and the exposure in the community and the Pomona community is a huge thing that the department needs to start looking into for expand to local businesses and restaurants and getting them more press as well. Maybe having our teams go do more community service and philanthropy throughout the community will bring a lot more awareness to what our athletics department is doing. And adding CPP merchandise into the local sporting goods stores as well. And the second one is establishing more school spirit amongst Cal Poly. I know Uri Sanders, as an ASI president, is having a huge presence making sure people are getting really excited for these new events. and better incentives for our students to come out to events as well. So I know it's been a lot of trial and error, but once they get that new marketing person in to come in and really show them about it. And our sources, we got our sources from the Bronco Athletics website as well as our interview. So this is pretty much what Team Trio has got to see, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.